Earlier in 2012, trailers of a film called Innocence of Muslims were released on YouTube. In early September, when trailers that were translated in the Arabic language were uploaded, they immediately went viral and spread ferociously. On the 8th, an excerpt of the YouTube video was broadcasted on an Egyptian Islamist television station. Both peaceful demonstrations and violent protests against the film broke out on the 11th in Egypt and Libya, and these spread to over 30 countries around the globe. The showings of the film's trailer resulted in protests, deaths, and hundreds of injuries in several cities in the world. YouTube has now barred access to the film in Egypt, India, Indonesia, Libya, and Malaysia. Sky News said the trailer was anti-Muslim and designed to enrage, whilst NBC News said it depicted Islamic prophet Muhammad as a womanizer and a child abuser. According to the BBC, in the trailer, Muhammad's followers are portrayed as savage killers hungry for wealth and bent on killing women and children. Initially, reports described the film's producer, Sam Basil, as an American-Israeli real estate dealer, sparking an anti-Semitic response from an Iranian supreme leader who blamed evil Zionists and the United States for creating the film. By the 13th of September, it had been found in final reports that Sam Basil was neither Israeli nor Jewish, but in truth a 55-year-old Egyptian man named Nakalau Basalei Nakalau, a Coptic Christian and an ex-felon from Egypt who lives in California. In Libya, the film catalyzed the murdering of the American ambassador to Libya and 3 other US diplomats. Protests also erupted in Indonesia, with protesters who believed that the Indonesian government must eject the US ambassador from the country and end formal diplomatic relations with the US government. On September 15th, up to 500 people gathered to protest the film outside the US Consulate General in Sydney, Australia.
Hundreds of Muslim men protesting the screening of a vicious video in the US which denigrates the Prophet Muhammad. Bottles were pelted while police tried to hold the crowd back. The protesters held banners, "Behead those who insult the Prophet," and the provocative "Obama, Obama, we love Osama."
All sides of politics condemned the film, and New South Wales Premier Barry O'Farrell stated that we shouldn't condemn the great bulk of Muslims by the actions of a few extremists. Mr. Dandan, president of the Lebanese Muslim Association, said that Muslim organizations had received several hundred messages of hate and outrage from a small racist segment of the Australian population since Saturday's rally. There have been threats made to people and property which will be passed on to the authorities, he said. The 25 Muslim leaders who met also decided to break ranks with their international counterparts by saying that protests over the YouTube film insulting the Prophet Muhammad were unacceptable and un-Islamic.
Community leadership does not endorse any rallies that may be planned in the near future to protest against such insulting film.
An emergency meeting of the Victorian Board of Imams in Melbourne yesterday afternoon decided to email and telephone every single imam asking them to make the Friday lunchtime sermon about how to respond to the film. There is a rumour of a planned Muslim protest in Melbourne this Sunday. However, sources provided The Age with a text message circulating within the Muslim community that says the planned protest on Sunday has not been organised by Muslims and that they should not take part in it.
This has been the last news report from the 5772 captains. We hope that our message about the importance of keeping up with current events came through this year, and that we managed to show you how interesting it can really be. Remember to always take a few minutes out of your day to keep yourselves informed about the world around you. Love always and forever, Captains 5772.